All right, so first thing we're going to do is go over problem number 1 with the clams, okay? So we have water temperature, that is our independent variable, and we have number of developing clams, that is our dependent variable. So remember, independent variable will go along the x-axis, okay? And then typically we will have the dependent variable that will go along the y-axis, okay? So our independent variable, okay, is our water temperature in degrees Celsius, okay? So we want to make sure, again, sorry guys, this is a little weird layout. Okay, so we are going to do water temperature. And I'm not going to fully do this. I'm just going to make sure you guys have the gist, because you guys have made graphs before and I know you're experts. Okay, and then I want to make my scale. So I see my highest water temperature is 50. Okay, and then my lowest is 15. So again, do I have to start at 0? No. Okay, so I could start here. I could start at 15. Okay, and then maybe I'm just going to count by 5s. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh, now look how much space I have left here. Do you guys think that there is a better way? Yes, there is. Okay, so you would want to adjust your scale so that it takes up most of this graph paper. Now, I'm not going to make you take up perfectly all of it, okay, but you want to take up most of it. So I would want to erase and adjust. Oh, geez, that was, sorry guys. I would want to erase and adjust, okay? So make sure you kind of pre-plan that out beforehand. And again, it does not matter if you count by 5s, if you count by 10s, if you count by 1s. It does not matter as long as you are consistent, okay? And then my number of developing clams. What's my highest number? Highest number is 140, okay? So my lowest number is 0. So I do have to start at 0 here, okay? But my highest number is 140. I'm not going to start at 0 there. I'm going to have 0 on the very bottom, okay? So let's see. I have some weird numbers there, so maybe I want to count by 10s, but I want to skip a line between, okay? Or, let's see, how many lines do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so I have 14 at least, okay? So I could go by 10s, and that would take up most of the space, okay? If you can figure out a better way to do it, again, I'm perfectly fine with that. And I'm not expecting your guys' graphs to be perfect at the very start. It takes practice. But you want to make sure that I did this totally wrong, guys. So, look, I did not leave myself enough room. I did not mean to skip a line. That's what happens when your brain is going a mile a minute. So I'm going to erase. I'm going to do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, and I could even go all the way up to 150, and I would be happy with this, okay? And maybe I would have better handwriting than Miss Ray and maybe go out to the side so it does not look so squished, but I would be happy with taking up this much of the graph, okay? So that is for practice number 1. And if you have any other questions, just let me know. But again, I'm not going to graph all of it exactly as it is. Oops, wrong page. All right, practice number 2. Okay, so Natalie sets out to run 15 kilometers. Okay, so what are we going to put on our X and Y axes? Well, we are going to put time on our x-axis, and we are going to put total distance ran on our y-axis. And make sure, again, with this, we want to make sure that we have our unit, which is kilometers, okay? And then we can make our scale. So again, with our time in minutes, we have up to 150 minutes. And again, here, I'm going to want to put minutes so I know it's not in hours or days or whatever, okay? So we go up to 150 for our minutes. Okay, so maybe I will start at 0. And maybe I will 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. So going by 10 should work, okay? And again, that would take up most of the graph. So I might go through and number all the way to 150, okay, by tens. Again, it does not matter how you do it as long as it works well and takes up most of the graph. And then total distance in kilometers, well, my highest number is 15. So then maybe I just want to count by ones, right? So maybe I just go 0. And I can skip a line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now here's the thing. It doesn't go all the way up that far because I didn't pre-count because I'm a slacker. But you guys will pre-count because you're not slackers, right? But, so I want to go through, I want to go back. Maybe I would do that a little bit differently. Maybe I'll go by 2s instead of 1s and skip a line, right? So you just have to figure out what scale works the best. And then I would go through and I would plot my data. And I could do a line graph for this one. That would probably be the best one, okay? So please let me know if you guys have any questions about this. And the next thing you are going to do is work on this graphing skills packet, okay? So the first part here is going to have you identify what type of graph should I use, okay? So you're going to want to look on the assignment description because you're not going to do all of this. You're only going to do certain numbers. So make sure you look and figure out what you're supposed to do because you're not doing all of it, okay? So thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.